Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker Keith Fustel, on a brisk Friday as we get ready for the 4-day race weekend. That's right, 4 days a week now: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Live racing every Monday for the rest of the year. And yeah, a little brisk fall weather today as we get ready for the race car. Nice carryover in the pick six, and a nice 9-race car with a bunch of big fields on the turf.
Carryover, compliments of yours truly, and one Vinny Perrone for not just stepping up to the plate and taking the swing that
Monday.
We should have swung with. Yeah. On
let's
Monday.
get a swing.
And here you go, 8,800
today.
Yeah. It was a sequence we knew that was tough. You had to spread. Just the ticket was, hindsight's 20/20. That's then, and this is now.
Ago.
But I like this card and Saturday's card. I mean, moving ahead, some really good cards. Not real easy to decipher, but that's what we like, and that's what gives you these great payouts.
It's a nice carryover, a little shy of 80, little over 8,800 in that Rainbow Pick Six carryover. That starts in race 4 today on our 9-race program. Check this out: Halloween's right around the corner. We have a little pick or treat promotion today through Monday. Premier players, if you're not a Premier player, go to guest services. Make sure you're a Premier player. It's free to become a Premier player. You hit the late pick 4 at Laurel Park, you earn a 15% bonus awarded up to $100. So this is today through Monday. Late pick 4, you get a bonus for all you Premier players. Go to guest service and learn more about this pick or treat promotion we have all weekend long here at Laurel Park. Let's get right to it. We'll show you the conditions. We're fast and firm. Beautiful fall afternoon of racing. Clear blue skies ahead. What are we? The upper 60s today, guys? There we go. Beautiful. Yeah. 68 and sunny, fast and firm. First race post 12:30.
You got the full foliage pretty much in full flight. It looks great.
It is a beautiful fall.
Things are really changing now.
The leaves are changing.
Beautiful time of year.
All right, maybe my luck can change in the pick 6. I have a pick 6 ticket today as the Express Bet water truck goes by, and all you handicappers out there that like that kind of stuff. It's been dry here the past couple of days. No rain, so they're watering the main track here as we get ready for the race card. Yeah, I have a pick 6. Hopefully my luck will change in the pick 6 as the leaves change. Let's get right to it here. In race 1, race 1 is going to kick off the early pick 5. Industry low, 12% takeout on both the early and late pick 5. Your pick 5's your best bet here at Laurel Park, and it's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5, which always starts in race 1. Also, race 1 will kick off that rolling super high 5. Super high 5 has a low 15% takeout. Every race with 7 or more horses. If they don't hit it in race 1, it'll carry over to the next race. So keep your eye on that. Here we go. Race 1, we're going 5.5 furlongs on the Kelso turf course rail at 35 feet on the Kelso, claiming 7,500 filly mares 3 and up. And I go to the outside here, the 9, my top pick. I think the 9 is going to get a good trip, take it inside. It's going to be one of the favorites in here for trainer Michael Gorham. 8-year-old mare's made a bunch of money. She's an 8-time winner on the turf. You get Daniel Centeno to ride. She just won a nice open 12-5 up at Delaware, sprinting on the turf. So well spotted here today against Open 7,500 company. I think with her speed, she won wire to wire last out. She doesn't have to go right to the front today. She can get a nice stalking trip if she doesn't make the lead early. I just think she'll get a nice trip with Centeno.
Amazing. 8 years old, one of her better numbers last time out at Delaware. Took pressure and kicked clear. She's going to have targets to run. I don't think she's as quick. If Sarah's Whisper breaks and to the outside, Trisha's Wish sets sail, It's going to give a target to take it inside. She's shown the ability to kind of sit just off of it. You go back in the Wayback Machine last fall at 6 furlongs. She kind of rated and made a move. She is the one to beat. A shorter price. Can you take that 5-2 or 2-1? What she might be. I'm going to try to beat her with the 2. Sure Empire, a trainer that's doing great with the turf runners. Ollie Figgins teaming up with Caramanos. A 2-back try down inside. Just never kicked on as the speeds kind of went 1-2 around the racetrack. The speed never came back in that race. With the 8th place finisher, Lawyer came back to win a 10 claimer at Delaware, running a buyer close to 70. It's lowest level on the turf for this horse. Should get good position into the stretch. I think this horse can make enough, develop enough kick to follow through and go by late. Dukas, another one. Rank at the break last time out, was pulled up, walked off, seemed to be okay. No real problems with Dukas. The problem is, Claim dropped right off the claim, ran well, dropped again. Schoenthal, a couple winners the other day, right? Monday?
Yeah.
2-1 with the firster.
Well.
In the nightcap. There's plenty of speed to set it up for Dukas. This is the pace flow that she wants out in front of her.
The question mark from that last race, so I pass on Dukas. And I looked at the 2, Sir Empire, the barn, certainly red hot, Ollie Figgins, and you get Caramanos. I'm just a little concerned about the trip she's going to get from the inside. Doesn't look like she's going to go to the front. She's going to get a mid-pack stalking trip, so Caramanos just going to have to navigate a good trip from the inside. So well, you do like the 9 and 11. We're just the 10-7. Who's this? The 7 Cowboys Princess. I throw in there, coming off a long layoff here, almost a year layoff for trainer Bruno Tesori. This filly is going to get bet. She was running well at Gulfstream Park West and Gulfstream Park last year, but looks like she wants to go further. Only a couple works. So you get Sheldon Russell aboard. I like the 10 better. Ermine and Purrs will get a decent price. Well, it was a good third at this level 2 starts ago at 37-1.
No doubt. Lugging it a little bit late, just kind of flattened at the wire. Yeah, you're going to still get a good price on the 10 Ermine and Purrs. We're going back to Cowboys Princess. Yeah, laid off. Is this kind of a stepping stone to a route race? Right. I'm not sure. She has that speed going long. She's not as quick as some of these early sprinting. I know she's going to be fresh. She'll have Sheldon trying to harness the speed a little bit and make that one sustainable run. Maybe next time with her. I mean, she's going to be a shorter price. Just kind of looking at the numbers, she fits right in it, though, on the buyers.
All right, so nice group of open 7,500 claimers there. Philly Mares turf sprint to kick off the early pick 5. It's a deep field there. If you're playing the early pick 5, I think you have to go 3, 4, maybe 5 deep there in the opener. Let's take a look here at race 2. I know you like the early pick 4. It starts here in the second race. We have 3 pick 4s this afternoon. Here's your early pick 4 ticket starting race 2.
Yeah, and I don't think I could afford the early pick 5 because in the first race we talked about it, 3 or 4 deep on that 50-cent ticket. But we're going to try to will it down on the pick 4. Big, and then 2 in the fourth and single in the fifth. We're going to get it started 6 deep to get you there. I think the second race is a little bit of a maze. I mean, I think you go a lot of ways there. Third race, the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. Not much separating, quite a few horses. I do like Proudly. Is going to be my top selection in race 3. 2 deep. In the fourth to the 1 and the 6. We're going to try to blow it up. We've got price shots in Faith and Works, and I think the public will come off day red. I'm going to give her one final shot, and then singling. Key horse coming in, Stan, off the AEs is the 12, All I Care About, in race number 5, and this horse will be my single in the early pick 4. A $30 ticket.
I like your ticket. I like the 12 there in race 5. The 11 and 12 draw in off the AE there in race 5. Let's take a look here at the second race. First leg of this early pick 4. Maiden claiming 40,000, 3 and up, going 7 furlongs on the main track. I like the 4 Royal Hussar a little bit here. The 5 Major Metro gets Forest Boys back aboard. Blinkers come off. The 6 Nicholas and Me is going to get bet a lot. There's a couple lines in the form there for that well-bred son of Union Rag. So, and at a big number last out up there at Belmont, a key race, and then we haven't seen the horse since early September. So I end up with kind of just going through all those horses. I end up on the 7 Playwright. Third race back off almost a year layoff here for this 4-year-old son of Super Saver for trainer Lacey Gaudet. A nice rally last out to finish second at this level, going 6 furlongs. I think Playwright is going to love to stretch out to 7 furlongs today. You get the leading rider, Jevion Toledo, should get an absolute dream trip stalking from the 7-hole out there trouble-free in the clear. So I'll go with the 7 Playwright here in the second.
His last race, his second race off of that break, second second race for Lacey. Visually much more impressive than that first try back in September. Valerian came back, ran okay, ran a 72, went fifth in a starter last Sunday up in New York. Playwright going to be tough. Ran well against the grain of the racetrack. 7 furlongs looks to be okay for this horse. I'm going to come back to the 4. Royal Hussar, Citron stays. 2 back, try good. Third now off of a layoff. Run okay at a mile. I think Royal Hussar will have the strongest final punch in this race. But
Sure.
Nicholas and me, this is a barn that's very capable. Englehart, no doubt about it. A good effort. Thaddeus comes back to win. Competitiveness, a good effort. So, I don't think this is a real stretch bumping up to the 40 here off of that race. Second off the claim for a very capable barn, Nicholas and me. We'll kind of maybe almost run a similar trip, it looks like. Playwright, they might run like a team around the turn and see what happens.
You just have to wonder if there's some holes in the horse. Was coming into that September 8th race after a little time off, and then had some time since that race on September 8th. So, but does have some ability. Was claimed for 20,000 in his second start. They paid 75,000 for this horse as a yearling. We both try to beat the 6, Nicholas and me here. And I like the 4, Royal Hussars. Had a bunch of chances. 0 for 13. You're right. Should be dead fit, cutting back from that mile turf route. Last out for trainer Hammy Smith. You get Alex Cintron aboard. I used the horse in my top 3. The 5 major Metro kind of ran a disappointing effort last out, stepping up the maiden special weight. Drops back down to the maiden 40. The blinkers come back off. Forrest Boyce back aboard. Boyce has been aboard for this horse's best efforts in the past.
No doubt. Comes back. That was the full-fledged maiden special weight. Gets back in here and runs for no tag. Gets the waiver. Yeah, Major Metro, another user. I mean, there's just not a whole lot. Mike the Tiger would not surprise me in his third start. Ran okay after some early adversity. You see the comment, lean in, bumped and pinched. Wide, a little bit of a late run lacrostics. What do you do with this one? Bred okay for the dirt. Tried the turf, a little bit of a late action. There's a reason. I'm sure he's moving it over to the dirt. So another race, just kind of like the opener. Several different ways to go in race 2. But Royal Hussar will be my key horse. He only got beat 4 or 5 lengths by Honor the Fleet.
Sure.
You saw what he did the other day.
All right, we like the same 4 horses there in the second race. You're 6 deep there to kick off your early pick 4 ticket. We get on the turf here for the third race. We're going a mile and an eighth on the Fort Marcy turf course for the third. Rail setting at 87 feet on the Fort Marcy. Maiden claiming 16,000. Filly and mares 3 and up. We have a video spotlight here on the 3. Proudly, who you like a little bit here. 4-year-old filly by Proud Citizen for trainer Tim Woolley. Here's Proudly here at Laurel Park back on October 16th.
It found itself way back in debut on the turf, but I liked how this horse ran against the bias on the 16th of October. Was down inside the entire way, pretty much eased out, found a way between horses, upper stretch, and then shifts out again. Once this horse gets to the far outside, gets out to this 4 or 5 path, I like the way she levels off in a stride. I know the leader's about 4.5 clear, from here, but closes up about 2 lengths the last 16th of a mile, straightens out on the correct lead. Was going best, I think, at the end. You see this horse really kind of put the head down and got the run. This filly is going to be okay in here. Looked at the breeding. It's a long list of versatile runners out of this mare, Kasana. The debut, has produced some horses that have come back and run well. The 7th place finisher came back to win 2 starts later, running a buyer of 62. That gets you over the top in this race. I think Browley, third race here, is a go. The mile and an eighth distance, dead fit, ready to go off those 2 races. I like Browley. Not going to be a big price. I've got lined at 6, and it probably will come down a little bit off of that.
And you get the leading rider, Jevion Toledo. I overlooked that runner there. I go with the 7 on top. Katie Bug. I don't think there's any speed in this race, is there? It doesn't look like there's much speed at all in this race. So I go with the horse that's shown speed on the synthetic recently up there at Presque Isle. First off the claim for trainer Chrissy Close, a young trainer here in Maryland. Some nice works here at Laurel Park since the claim. A nice 5 furlong work October 7th. Another 5 furlong work October 20th here at Laurel Park. So I'm just taking a shot. I don't think there's much speed in this race at all. Katie Bug has shown speed on the synthetic going long, so should be fit for the turf. This will be the turf debut for this 3-year-old filly of Tiz Now that they just claimed for $7,500. You get a good rider, Angel Cruz. I'll take a shot. Katie Bug right to the front here in race 3.
Yeah, Katie Bug, would not surprise me. Shrew Meaning, the 2. comes in. Eddie Graham, you look 10 post in debut. I don't know if that opening quarter was right, 22-3, and was used wide to get early position. Just a little bit of a fade. This horse should run well second time out. Running Tide comes from a little bit further back. Will the pace scenario be enough for Running Tide?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, normally I'd pick Running Tide on top. The barn and Merriman going well, but it doesn't look like there's going to be much pace for Running Tide to run into. Fergal Lynch should get a good ground-saving trip from the inside. You have to like the one a little bit, but no pace here. That's why I take a shot with the 7 Katie Bug.
Yeah, Running Tide gets an extra furlong. She's running against the right kind. The horse we like, Jumpstart My Heart, a horse that we've chased around here, Beat Noir. Beyond Forever came back and ran okay in the Maryland Million race in the starter. So, yeah.
Another horse I throw in, speaking of no speed in the race, maybe the 10, When All Else Fails, goes right to the front, stretching out from some turf sprints here for trainer Mike Trombetta. Now this 3-year-old daughter of Bodemeister goes long for the first time on the turf. Forest Boys will ride. Why? I mean, the Trombetta barn going well. Forest Boys having a solid meet. You could see the 10 forwardly placed. The 11, Kaylin Aylen, draws in off the AE, makes the rider Horacio Caramanos on the 11 here in race 3.
And there's possible speed factor, no doubt about it. Decent internals at Delaware, 2 races back. But when all else fails, look at that little 3-quarter work that Trombetta puts in this horse on the synthetic. Not a bad move at all. But yeah, I see that breeding. What do? I think it's all sprint, if I'm not mistaken, out of that mare. I could be mistaken, but yeah.
All right. Well, let's get a quick commercial break here, guys. When we come back, we'll start with that Rainbow Pick 6. Nice carryover, a little over 8,800. That starts in race 4. I have a ticket. We'll look at that right after this. Okay, welcome back. Today at the races here at Laurel Park. Going to be a beautiful Friday afternoon of horse racing. We have 9 live races, bunch of big fields on our world-class turf course. Nice carryover, and that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. Carryover today, $8,835. I have a ticket. Everybody should have a ticket. Let's take a look at my ticket. $48 play for me today in the Pick 6. I'm going to go 5 deep here in race 4 using the 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. The 3 include the best being my top pick, but I think this is a kind of a suspect group of filly and mares here in the 4th race. So I go 5 deep. The 1, Faith and Works, could win the race on the drop for trainer Kenny Decker. So spreading out there in the 4th race, I'm going 4 deep there in race 5. I think I have the best 4 horses, the 5, 10, 11, 12. Race 7, race 6, I'm going 3 deep in there. Everybody's going to be singling on the heavy favorite. The 7, Tricks to Do, is going to be a heavy even money favorite in race 6. I used the 7, but I also use the other Delacour first-time starter and the Horacio de Paz Bernardini colt, the 10, start with yes. So I go 3 deep there. Race 6, a nice maiden special weight, one of our features of the day. Then just using 2 runners in race 7 and 8. There are a couple nice allowance races. And then I think I have the best horse on top here in the finale. I'm going to single on the 5, Rain in Spain, a John Kimmel shipper coming off a sharp win at the Meadowlands last out. So a $48 ticket. You can see my ticket, Keith's ticket, Tim Tulloch's tickets on the laurelpark.com website, just right under the handicapping section. You can watch the Laurel Park Weekly Show there as well. Let's take a look here at this first leg of the Pick 6, which also kicks off the middle Pick 4. This is claiming 10,000 3-year-old fillies or older filly and mares, never won 3, going 5.5 furlongs, and kind of a suspect group. So I go with the 3, include the best on the cutback. This filly's been running along up at Penn for trainer Tim Kreiser, has been showing speed going long and then getting tired. Ran for 15,000, 3 life last out, 10,000 3 life 2 starts ago. Has been getting beat, but at this level on the cutback, I think include the best. Going to be coming late with Otero aboard.
That's the key. I think she's going to have to show that she can kind of rally into it. I don't
Right.
think she's got the speed, the gate
No.
speed as Bellroom Dancer, Bal Harbor Miss, even Honor and Blessing. The pace should be okay up front. Bal Harbor Miss, all things being equal, I think probably is the horse to beat. She is a 4-time winner. You talk about this condition. I mean, it's running against a lot of horses that haven't even won 3, so that bodes well for the chances, I believe, for Bal Harbor Miss. I'll go for a little bit of a price in the 1, Faith and Works. You got to really spend a lot of time on this race. This horse, I think, still will sneak away at a square price. I don't think she necessarily needs the lead. You saw, 3 back, breaking her maid. She kind of dueled and drew off outside of another horse in a good time, 5.5 for 105.1. Compare that to some of the other runners in this race. Solid final time. Tossed the turf race. Tried to get her back on the turf, but stayed with the dirt on October the 15th. And that race wasn't bad at all. It was inside 22 and 3, 46-1. Very good comparative internals to the rest of the day, and just faded a little bit. I think she's got a little bit of a rating move. She can sit and make her run into it. She's going to be able to draft up behind Bellroom Dancer, Bal Harbor Miss, and Honor and Blessing. I like her as a little price shot in the 4th.
I use her in the pick 6, taking a dropping class here for trainer Kenny Decker. Hopefully she gets a good break from the inside with Angel Serpa aboard. I just the 2 Ballroom Dancer, the 5 Bal Harbor Miss. They're going to be out there fighting for the lead. We both used the 5 a little bit. The 7 Dixie Rose, a nice win last out here at Laurel Park for trainer Dale Capuano. The barn certainly having a good meet. This horse came from off the pace against Nickel 2 Life. Confident step up here to the 10,000 3 Life with a good ride and a 7-pound apprentice. Franklin Sabalos in at 108 here with the 7 Dixie Rose.
Yeah, positive is she transferred back, got a win. A negative, she was on the best part of the racetrack and really got a duel with lesser animals up in front. You like the fact that I guess they're going to give her a shot onto the race. She's going to have to improve a little bit to beat these horses, but I'm going to definitely use her underneath in Exactus, no doubt about it. I like the price shots. The 1 Nayrette, 1 final shot. I don't know why they went on the turf with her 2 races back. Might have threw her game off a little bit. This is it. I'll give her a pass on the last. She reverts to the Triatimony or the Laurel tried 2 races back. She will roll by these fillies if she's anywhere close to that horse. That remains to be seen, but maybe get that last race got her bearings back. I expect an improved effort for Nayrette the 6 at 1.675 in race number 4.
Well, we're all over there. I'm 5 deep there. Hopefully that's enough to get me live in the pick 6. The late pick 5 starts here in race 5. No carryover, but as always, more money back to you with that industry low 12% takeout. How about the late pick 5 last Monday? Would it pay for 50 cents? A little over 12,000. Over 12,000 at late pick 5.
Drive that knife right into the heart some more. Another pass. I was sick.
All right.
Well, we saw the ball well. I mean, it was a great card. It offered a ton of value. Hopefully, like I say, they joined up with us in box 2 of our selections. They did okay. We got out of there okay on Monday, but not as good as we could have gotten out.
Let's take a swing today here. Yeah. Race 5, first leg of this late pick 5, going a mile on the Calso turf course, rail at 35 feet. This is claiming 16,000 for 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3, and let's see what's going on here. We had a couple scratches. Yeah. The 8 Wild Dynaformer and the 9 Bourbon Commander, they scratched. Therefore, the 11 Man of Wiregrass and the 12 All I Care About, they both draw in off the AE, and they're going to be 2 of the top horses here. We both go 12-10. The 12 All I Care About, second start off the layoff, last out here at Laurel Park on a yielding turf course, came from off the pace and just blew a field of 16,000 2 life claimers away. Reasonably spotted here for this 5-year-old son of Bernstein's third race this year as a 5-year-old. Alex Centron stays aboard. All I Care About should love the firm turf course today, just like he loved the yielding turf last out.
Yeah, a little bit of a break. Willing to part ways. They figure out this is kind of where the level, this is what's going to work. Doesn't have to this horse to work too hard. I should have brought this video up if this horse was kind of gets in off the AEs. I think I had it when this horse entered about a week or 2 ago and the race came off, I believe, as well. Maybe All I Care About, but really kind of won kind of easy. Sat there, drafted up to the pace very easily, leaving the 3/8 pole. What got to the outside and really rolled home nicely. I like the way the connections. They're not going to get way out in front of us. So it's going to keep this horse right at the level. Doesn't really need a ton of flow, but we'll get it with T-Sizzle and just call me KL. And even Man of Wiregrass, who draws in, should be up forward. So
Right.
I like the setup for the 12 care about. Sit back, make one run.
That's a rider change on the 11 Man of Wiregrass. Make it J.D. Acosta on the 11 Man of Wiregrass for trainer Scott Lake. We both like this Claudio Gonzalez 4-year-old gelding by Speightstown. The 10 Expectations, a sharp win on the dirt, last out going 7 furlongs. This horse ran a decent race on the turf at Monmouth this past summer back in June. Strong 67 buyer up there. So Expectations in good form right now. I think is going to love getting back on the turf today.
Yeah. And if that improvement transfers back over to the turf where he has that back 67, he can kind of get close. If not win it, we've seen the barn move these horses. I'm a little intrigued why they didn't run this horse back on the dirt. Claudio, dirt is usually his game.
Maybe they didn't want to lose the horse for a nickel.
Yeah, and this was a spot that worked.
Right.
I mean, they could have gone, that was an interesting move here. But, that horse really moved up nicely first time in the barn.
All right, so the 10, 11, 12 going to be awfully tough here in race 5. We both also like the 5, Bobby the Boss for trainer Pat McBurney, who has a couple wins here at the meet. This horse ran a big race 3 starts ago against the New Jersey Bred Allowance Company. That was back in August. Hasn't run back to that level. And this horse was kind of exposed over the summertime up there at Monmouth against 16,002 Life Company. So I'm not sure where that race on August 27th came from.
Yeah, you see, he was 35-1. All I care about. Just a few races back on the page. Then they ran that good win in a state bred race. Maybe he's better with the Jersey breds. But the barn's coming in here with live horses.
Yeah, they are.
I think he's going to be making a late run. T-Sizzle, interesting. I think now where I originally thought maybe I had this horse line too high, I think he's going to settle in about 8 or 10. Now that All I Care About and Lake's horse drew in off the AEs. But T-Sizzle, one more shot. You look at the company lines. Oosby and Lisette on the turf, Top of Mind. His race 2 back wasn't that bad. I like him stretching back out. In a race that doesn't have a ton of speed, I think he can be a factor a long way in here.
Maybe we get T-Sizzle and a group of Ravens coming out to the races today and enjoying a day off after the 40-0 romp.
Defense showed up last night.
Yeah,
that was good.
T-Sizzle had a big game.
Got an assist from the Miami Dolphins offense. It was pretty woeful, but yeah.
All right, let's take a look here. Race 6, nice maiden special weight to kick off the late pick 4. Maiden special weight for 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs on the main track. This is one of my favorite races of the day. We have a video here of the 3 Dirty Foot for trainer Robbie Bales. This was back on May 26th, the debut at Pimlico. A good-looking debut for this 2-year-old son of Tiz Wonderful.
Yeah, it came out of the box, took okay play, 9-1 in debut at Pimlico, and I really like the way this horse ran. Was down inside chasing, Shape of You. You see the eventual winner, He Hate Me, who went on to win the Tremont Stakes, go kind of right on by. But, this horse isn't discouraged at all, is able to shift out, leaving the 8th pole, and I thought kept on quite gamely to the wire to close the gap against He Hate Me. Second time out, the blinkers went on. He was real keen. He opened up. The blinkers now come back off. Turf to dirt is a good angle here for this barn for Robbie Bales. It's a positive angle. If anybody's going to maybe upset this horse Tricks to Do, I think it's going to be Dirty Foot or maybe the other firster for Delacour.
The Dirty Foot certainly showed some ability in that debut, second behind He Hate Me, but hasn't run back to that. Maybe it was because they put the blinkers on. The blinkers come back off today. You get the leading rider, Jevion Toledo. Should be a nice price there on the 3 Dirty Foot. It's a very deep maiden special weight field. Let's talk about the heavy favorite, the 7 Tricks to Do. Got an 81 buyer speed figure at Keeneland. I mean, could that number be a little elevated just because it's Keeneland and you just, you're getting the gate and you automatically get a 70, 80 buyer if you're going to, and against Maiden Special Weight Company. I don't know, a decent effort. Third, you see the comment line there was 3 wide and hung a little bit, but still a decent effort. Bet down to about 2-3-1 in the debut. That's pretty strong. Maiden Special Weight at Keeneland has come back and fired a nice bullet work since that debut at Keeneland. Has fired a nice bullet work down there at Keeneland October 21st. Delacour's 37% with the maidens in their second time start. So lots to like here about the 7. I just it's going to be even money 4 to 5.
Yeah.
I go with the other Delacour first time starter. The 9 Talon, 2-year-old colt by Candy Ride. They paid $170,000 for this guy last year as a yearling. Some nice works up there at Delaware. A Bullet 5 furlong work back in September at Fair Hill on the synthetic. A Bullet half-mile work from the gate at Delaware on September 27th. You get Daniel Centeno, Lasix and debut. This horse should get a nice trip from the outside. 22% is Delacour for his debut runner. So I go with the 9 I use in the exacta. I'm a little off key here. I used the 9. I like the other Delacour horse over the 7 Tricks to Do. But I go with the Bernardini colt to beat them all. The 10 Start With Yes, who was a good second last out behind Cordmaker. The blinkers go on today in this horse's third start. A nice half mile 48-1 work here at Laurel Park since that last race. So I think the 10 Start With Yes and the 9 Talon both going to get a nice trip from the outside here.
Yeah, it was a little interesting Start With Yes. He got bounced around, head of the stretch. There was kind of, they were look like a little bit of a pinball action going on at the 3/16s, but he went clear. I don't know if he waited a little bit or not. I thought he gave in a little bit easier than I thought. I mean, the Cordmaker rolled on by. He had a ton of horse, was clearly best in that race. But maybe this horse needs the blinkers, just a little bit more focus. This horse will keep on going. Going to use this horse in the mix. But going back to the 7 Tricks to Do, maybe is there any chink in the armor of Delacour? You looked, I found a little stat, 15% second start with 2-year-olds over his career. So not really like that big glaring stat that you get with Delacour. Sure. But going back, you wonder why the horse got an 81 buyer. Well, the winner ran an 87. Okay. The split of the race, when his race 10 on the card, they went 111-1. And this race, the final time of 110-2 was only 2/5 off of the Grade 2 Filly Mare Sprint race that day. So, yeah, pretty strong race. Rubus, I think, was a horse that was well meant, a pretty expensive horse. So, yeah, I guess the 81 is about right.
And so this horse is going to get bet heavily here.
Yeah, certainly going to be
in the 6th race. A nice maiden special weight. We got to pick it up here. But race 6 is going to be one of our features of the day. Let's take a look here at the 7th race of 3 other than allowance optional, claiming 32,000, going a mile and a 16th on the Fort Marcy turf course, rail at 87 feet. We have a video spotlight here of the 9 Wolf Rock from the Kelly Rubley barn. Here's the race back on June 11th here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, this horse was kind of uncharacteristic, kind of wrestled back at the break, down from the rail. The horse breaks well with Santos, but a good pickup by my partner up there, Bill Braswell. This horse kind of wrangled back off the leaders, and they maybe didn't really get ranked, but I mean, he just kept taking this horse back, further back, and then really kind of just lost any chance there because he never really gets a clear path till he gets late in the stretch. We're going to pick it back up, turning for home. This horse shows a little bit of run, ready to go. Okay, we're going to stay inside. We're going to angle in. Well, we've got another horse kind of right up in front of us, and this horse can't slip through along the rail. Steady's there late, but actually angles out, and you see the comment, gained late. Watch this horse to the wire, is willingly down towards the inside. They get Ferrer on the horse. There you go. A little bit of a willing effort. 10-1 next time out, just misses. Good thing I didn't see that. I'd have been sick if this horse would have won at 10-1 and we missed it. But this horse is in a really good form now. You see this. Was gelded back in May 22nd of this year. Real strong improvement for Wolfrock. I'm not worried about this outside post. I think he can navigate a trip. He's going to finish well. Needed that race over this turf course back in June and has really flourished since.
Couple nice English Channel runners in this race. I go with the 7-year-old by English Channel, the 8 English Minister, a sharp win up there at Belmont, going 6 furlongs, coming from off the pace. Now this 7-year-old's back in good form for trainer Mike Trombetta. He's 5 for 10 in the money here on the Laurel grass. You get Julian Pimentel. I think this horse will love to stretch out back to 2 turns. I think when he gets on a roll, when he gets good, English Minister gets real good. So I'll put him on top here. It's a nice allowance feature going along on
getting like a little stakes race almost
it
in
is,
here.
yeah.
These are horses that that certainly fit. Second Mate got the best of Wolf Rock, freshened a little bit. Where's he been since that July race? But don't let really that worry you. The barn does well with this kind of a break in between two hard-fought wins. Has won 3 of its last 4, going 4 or 5. Second Mate is a user, definitely in race number 7. Tis a Runner.
Yeah,
that's an
sharp.
interesting move. 7 lead switches through the lane. What do you make of that, Stan? You've been on horses in the morning. Good, bad?
Just maybe a little green. It was only his second race back off a
Yeah.
long layoff, so maybe it was either it probably wasn't green, but maybe getting a little tired.
Okay.
But it could have been getting it could be dead game, a little kind of like Shackelford getting to the wire in the Preakness with Animal Kingdom running with Shackelford. He was on his on his belly getting to the wire. So either a little green or just dead game last out for the 2. Tis a Runner at 13-1 off the pace. This horse was good as a 3-year-old, and I think Maker has him good now as a 4-year-old. The 2 Tis a Runner. I'm too deep on my pick 6 ticket here with the 2 Tis a Runner and the 8 English Minister, but a nice group of upper level allowance runners long on the turf. Let's take a look here. Race 8's a good 2 other than allowance for filly and mares going 6 furlongs on the main track, and I go with the 8 Jessica Krupnik coming off the layoff here for trainer Trez Abbott. 4-year-old filly of Uncle Mo's been working up a storm up there at Fair Hill. 3 nice 5 furlong works coming into the race. A bullet 5 furlong work on the synthetic back on October 13th on the main track up there on October 19th. So Fergal Lynch will ride as Uncle Mo filly. She showed speed last year when she was 3. A good second last January when she was 4 at this level. I think Fergal Lynch will get a nice trip on the outside here. If this filly's ready to go off the layoff, she'll probably be sharp. I'll go with the 8 Jessica Krupnik here. Nice group of allowance filly and mares.
Yeah, improved nicely the couple starts before the layoff. There is some speed to her inside, so can she relax and take the target of some of these horses? Liz's Cable Girl, say that, ran well. Okay effort, pressured, was down inside of Crab Cakes. Now gets to a better part of the racetrack. Monet Davis shortening up a little bit here. Ran with Shimmering Aspen. This is a good group. I'm really interested to see where the money's really going to settle in. I cannot see the favorite any lower than maybe 5-2 in here. If somebody really jumps in, maybe they'll get enamored with the 75 from Monet Davis last time out. But I think the 7, if I was a boy, is worth the shot at a price. I think she's going to go off 10-1. I'm tossing the last in a slop. She was down inside on a negative part of the racetrack. Wasn't bad against Crab Cakes. Was inside again, angled out late through the stretch and had willing effort to the wire. I think if I was a boy, we'll get a really good setup. This horse likes to circle, and we'll get a chance to do it this afternoon.
Yeah. Toledo gets back aboard the 7. I throw that horse into the mix. Didn't like the slop last out at all, but should get a nice trip on the outside with Toledo aboard. I like the 7. If I was a boy, the 4 Monet Davis is going to get bet a lot because of the connections here, Delacour and Centeno. But I think 6 furlongs is going to be too short for this Bernardini filly.
Okay.
So that's why I use her 2nd. We're both going against her.
Yeah, I don't mind this move. I think she definitely proved last time out. And the 2-back try Sine Wave, that's a horse that came back around 2nd in the Monmouth Oaks. So she's caught the right company. I think she's going to be able to kind of rate. I don't know. She was a little keen last time in that 7 furlong race in the Twixt. I think you'll see Centeno take back a little bit, maybe save ground and try to go around late because she'll have a little firefighter to chase Liz's Cable Girl. Lady Bellamy is another one. Even Jessica Krupnik if she's fresh. So Monet Davis I think will be tough.
A lot of early speed here in race 8, which kicks off the late daily double. Let's take a look at the last race. 16,000 filly mares, never won 2 life, going long on the Kelso turf course. Mile and a 16th, rail at 35 feet, and Rain in Spain, a sharp winner last out against Maiden 20,000 company at the Meadowlands, going long on the turf. It took her 14 times to break her Maiden, but now her confidence is high. She's in good form right now for John Kimmel, who's already shipped down here with the winner. So the Kimmel barn 1-for-1 down here at Laurel Park, and this is a well-meant entry. They're trying to get the win, maybe lose to Philly. You get Fergal Lynch to take the call here. She sat a nice stalking trip last out, so she's not going to be coming from the clouds. She'll get a good forwardly placed trip here today. I think she just looks much the best on paper.
Agreed. I like to say similar move the other day. Kimmel came down with a Meadowlands horse with Lynch. My Vixen, I expect a little bit better punch. Was down inside. Maybe she wants to kind of rally outside of horses. She'll get a chance. North 8th Street will set sail. You try to get a Campbell horse home on the front end the other day, right? If I'm not mistaken, Billy Campbell on the grass. I
For-
forget.
yeah,
The name escapes me. The
Wasabi
North 8th Street,
horse.
yeah, hop start, opened up weekend late. Maybe if they can kind of rein in the speed a little bit, North 8th Street could last a little bit longer in here. But yeah, I like the 5.826 in a nightcap.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. Dave Rodman, he's going to be coming up next with all of today's scratches and changes. Not too many scratches. It's a beautiful afternoon for horse racing here at Laurel Park. Nice carryover in the pick six. Rodman coming up next. Good luck.
Good luck.
Have your seat saved for the next Thoroughbred Owner Conference and Breeders' Cup Championships in beautiful Del Mar, California. Enjoy a great lineup of speakers, topics, and social events that include the Breeders' Cup Classic Post Position Draw, the Trackside Breakfast Marquee, an afternoon of racing at Del Mar, and to cap it off, reserve seating for the Breeders' Cup Championships on Friday and Saturday. The